and we're ready to send it. So here we go. We'll just kind of do a quick explanation here. We got our late initiation cone. He just passed there, going into outer zone 1. Filling the zone very well there, going big sweeper. Got to catch into outer zone 2. Now we got to decel a little bit just to do the touch and go there. Nice, pretty deep, a little bit far from the inner clip there. And then here we go into the final outer zone 3. Got to finish and commit through the finish line there. Mr. Kris. Here we go, first battle, round 3, East10Drift, formerly Drift ProAm Championship Series. A little Monty there from Gerald, a little outside going into outer zone 1. Wesley Cloud way past the line there. Gerald nailing it into outer zone 2. Hits the touch and go, little bobble there, but gets super close in proximity to inner clip 1. The only inner clip here today, outer zone 3. Gerald nails it. Super impressive run there by Gerald. Solid run. I think Wesley just, he might be still battling some gremlins there, but he was. Here we go through the chicane. Let's see, we told the chase drivers, sacrifice that Manji if the lead driver does and Naylor does. Wesley definitely in outer zone 1, just a little shallow probably. Shallow going into outer zone 2. Going way outside the line, putting his line off. Wesley Cloud, touch and go, inner clip 1. Going into outer zone 3, both wheels in. Naylor might be sacrificing proximity just to kind of be conservative. Yeah, judges are ready, so let's see if we could get Mo to send it.
The arms going up.
All right, here we go. Jacob Brewski leading Alan Boss. Alan Boss, the current prospect license holder. Brewski's doing the Monji into outer zone 1. No tire scrubbing. Pretty solid line into outer zone 1. Coming into outer zone 2 shy. Scrubbing a little too much speed early. Touch and go. Slowing down. Almost parking it at Walmart. Here we go. Outer zone 3. Wow. Yeah. So from a judging standpoint, I mean, Brewski's having some sort of issue. So yeah, so Boss, all he has to do is lay down a nice, consistent line. Brewski not even able to take off, so he's definitely having some mechanical issues. Brewski just needs a nice clean line. Outer zone 1, keep those wheels inside. He's barely keeping that rear wheel inside outer zone 1. Gets outer zone 2, nice and comfy there. Let's touch and go, nice and proper. Getting into inner clip 1. Nice proximity there. Don't hang it out too wide, Alan. Don't ruin this run. Just get it nice and clean. There it is across the finish line. Brewski definitely has to feel some frustration there. Poor guy. There is something going on with the car for sure, even though we see him ripping through the course. And that is definitely a sign of frustration there. And I mean, too. So let's just see what happens here. Totally different power plants, right? Here we go, Reese Conklin coming out of the chicane. Got to do that initiation before the cone there into outer zone 1. Looks like he's filling that zone very well. Joshua not too far away, trying to keep up with them. Sacrificing angle. Reese into outer zone 2 very well into the touch and go. Nice, smooth line. Joshua sacrificing line to gain proximity. Reese into outer zone 3. Nice, deep line there, very clean. Joshua, again, just maybe a little bit underpowered up against Reese and having to sacrifice angle to gain some proximity there. Yeah, looking back at the replay. All right, nice clean exit out the chicane there. Getting to that late initiation cone on time. Outer zone 1, he's in it for sure. Nice and clean. I mean, this is a different angle, right? Oh, fallen short of outer zone 2. Getting into the touch and go. A little too consistent there. We want to see just like nice get proximity on that inner clip, and of course outer zone 3 looking nice and clean.
Great run from both these guys. I saw that starting from
You never know, man. You never know what you're gonna get. Nick Abbott taking off on Mr. Napier there, going into outer zone 1. Nice clean entry there, nice initiation. Coming out just a little early of outer zone 1, but still in it. Nice and deep into outer zone 2. Touch and go. there. Oh, Justin almost parks it, and he has to sacrifice the course. That zeroes him out. But Nicholas Abbott not letting that get to him. Unfortunate for Justin. But you never know. What if Abbott just does some weird fluke, right?
It's a sport of drifting. Anything can happen, you know. Looking back at the replay.
Let's see what Justin has here. See if he can get out of the chicane there nice and clean, and he does. Nicholas just needs to be a little bit conservative here. Let Justin do what he can do. So Justin already 2 tires off. Looks like they're in outer zone 1, unfortunately. Feeling the pressure. Nicholas is like, nah, man, I'm going to have some fun with you. Let me just get right on your door. I don't care how thick your metal is. Here we go. Knocks down the inner clip. Abbott just getting some practice. Just trying to rub the door. Put some marks on me. Basically is what Napier is giving him the opportunity. They're like, yeah, just go ahead, man. Just go ahead. Rub it in. Rub it in.
Yeah.
So we'll see Glasscock here make his buy run. Yeah, so solid guy. Another awesome individual here going into outer zone 1. Just give us a nice clean line, right? See it into outer zone 2. D-cell zone there, just so you can make that transition into the touch and go. Very nice. Again, into the inner clip. Just a little far off proximity, that's fine. And a little shallow in outer zone 3, gets deeper in towards the end there. So nice clean run there or decent run there for Matthew Glasscock.
Is this C-Class?
This is C-Class. Both have their New Balances on.
All right, here we go. The Canadian king of style here. Andrew Shorkey leading. Jake Little throwing that Manji. Jake not messing with that. But still, he needs to gain some proximity. Andrew fills that zone very well. Outer zone 2 just as well. Getting up to the touch and go here. That's it, drifting right through that into inner clip. Nice and tight. Jake saying, nah, man, I'm not going to let you go. I'm right here. I'm here to play. Andrew Shorkey filling that zone. Nice, yeah. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to check a replay out on that. And I think we're just definitely gonna have look at these replays one more time after this battle, for sure. All right, Jake Little into outer zone 1. Super tough from this point of view to see if he's 2 wheels off or not in outer zone 1, but he's inside on outer zone 2 for sure. In a good position there, touch and go. He gets to the inner clip. Now, we haven't seen Jake Little in a battle quite yet, and this is pretty impressive. You know, what looks to be a super clean line. We'll have to look at the replay to see coming down from the...
He's from North Carolina.
North Carolina, okay. Here we go. Shorkey coming out of the chicane, leading Jake Little. It's the end of our top 16 here. Shorkey throwing that Manji down into outer zone 1. Oh, no! Jake Little having a bit of a mishap there. A little bobble from Shorkey. He just needs to put down a clean line. Going into the touch and go. Inner clip. Outer zone 3. Shorkey needs to maintain that level here. And so, yeah, something had to have happened. Let's just see what happens. You never know. I mean, it'd be crazy to go into a second one more time, but again, it's drifting. So here we go. Jake Little leading. Shorkey giving chase. Jake Little, can he put down a clean line? Shorkey just almost straightening out, but not quite. Still in drift. He has to commit to the run. He cannot. Like, I don't know what's going on with Shorkey either. He's definitely having trouble reading Little. Like, I think he's just struggling reading what Little's doing on his line. Going back to the instant replay here. I mean, it was just super fruit. Welcome back, Connor O'Sullivan.
Yeah, so Shorkey went 2 tires off coming out of outer zone 2. And in the chase, Jake Little transitioning from outer zone 2 to the touch and go did straighten out. So I put them both at a 0 for that run. And that's why I ended up picking one more time. I think they both need to clean up in a couple areas. And I think I'll see a better run.
Yeah, so that makes sense there. You know, super tough to capture that, you know, just from the original run. You'll definitely have to go through a replay to catch those details there. But yeah, I mean, we're just like looking at each other like, one more play. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, great day. This is where we see door-to-door action right here.
I just bent my knees. I squatted for a second, and it felt so good. All right, here we go. Kris Krutul, all Kevlar system going into outer zone 1. super confident, looking good on that line, getting it out to outer zone 2. A little decel here to transition into the touch and go. Gerald Naylor Smith, a total different animal, being able to drive his car. Krutul a little off on his line, having to dig deep into outer zone 3. So we saw Krutul just kind of be a little off proximity there for the as Kris Krutul will chase. So both drivers doing a little manji there. Naylor just maybe a little too much decel there into outer zone 1 as he gets into outer zone 2. Just a little shallow on outer zone 2 into the touch and go. Setting up for, about parking it. Going to Gualmar right into outer zone 3. He might have gotten one wheel out right at the beginning. Just a little bit sloppy there, unfortunately, going into inner clip. Like I said, about parked it there at the local Gualmar. All right, I'm getting hyped up. I think this might be the one that gets me going. Maybe I need an energy drink. Here we go. Reese Conklin leading Alan Boss, going into outer zone 1. Oh no, Boss is straightening out. Reese needs to lay down a nice solid line. Here we go. Nice outer zone 2 into the touch and go. Here we go. Come on, bring it into inner clip 1. Pretty decent proximity, about half the distance. Outer zone 3, nice clean run. So right out the gate, Boss is at a deficit. He may have had a mischief. Second half of the battle, like you said, I mean, it just could have came down to, maybe a misshift or something. So here we go. Boss is gonna maybe try to get Reese to mess up his chase run, but Reese isn't gonna be fooled. He does still have to chase, so we need an active chase from Reese. Getting close to Boss, taking him all the way out deep. For sure, we're gonna have to look at that overhead, but I'm pretty sure Boss is going out of outer zone 2 there, maybe 2 tires out. And so Boss keeping it together. So Boss clipping that the outers over here. For all these giving us the hands behind the back old man nod. He's excited. That's his expression of excitement. Here we go. Reese Conklin trying to gain the lead here, but goes into outer zone 1. Boss might have been 2 wheels off there, clipping the clipping point there. Reese filling the zone properly, staying inside the line. Here we go at the touch and go. Reese trying to get that proximity in the inner clip. Into outer zone 3, and Boss is on his door. He's like, nah, buddy. I'm coming for you.
I have to believe we're gonna see the same thing.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. So if Boss can influence Reese and into watching his chase run here, let's see what happens. So Boss taking off from line here, nice clean out of the chicane, going into outer zone 1, nice clean line. Reese needs to actively chase, which he is, and he's really just trying to nose in. He's not really mimicking that angle, but he's trying to show some aggression there, and Boss is just trying to throw him off. And Boss went down a clean line, but I think at the end of the day, we may have a. Let's make some noise.
Oh, I have a crowd button here, but I'll play later.
Here we go, baby. I'm getting excited. I'm getting hyped. I'm gonna dance. Here we go. Nicholas Abbott going into outer zone 1. Nice initiation there. Almost left foot braking, I think. I saw that one wheel still. Here we go into outer zone 2. Nice and deep, super consistent. Abbott just cruising through the touch and go here. Let me see some proximity on inner clip 1. Transitioning over to outer zone 3, outer zone 3, and Glasscock just trying to catch up. So, Abbott does not have a lot of horsepower from what he was telling me the other day. And the dude is a thrasher, man. He is throwing down. Come on, Mr. Mo, send it, buddy. Here we go. Glasscock leading Abbott out the chicane. Little slow start there, but that's what it's meant for. Glasscock just a little light manji there. Initiation point into outer zone 1. Might be a little shallow there on outer zone 1 going into it. Coming out deeper. Abbott just staying right there, all bumper to bumper, pretty much. Has to be just a little bit conservative. Glasscock slowing down just a little too much, almost left foot braking into inner clip 1. Outer zone 3, a little shallow there. On Glasscock's side, Abbott's like, nah, buddy, this is mine. I want to take it.
I think there was a door mark left there. I didn't see the...
We're excited, so we're getting pumped as we get closer to the final 4. That's the next set of battles after this one here. Shorkey exiting the start line there into the initiation point, outer zone 1. Casey is just on the door there. Again, you got to remember at practice, this guy just came out the gate, just on the line there. Casey drops a couple tires. Ooh, way off the line. Oh, no.
Oh, man, yeah, that's
What had happened was
detrimental to the program here. Like,
totally, was that just a slip of a clutch foot? Is he going to go and inspect? We're ready to see Casey Rodriguez lead Andrew Shorkey, the Norteños here, the Norteño battle right here at Bristol Motor Speedway, Bristol Thunder Valley. Round 3, East10Drift Pro-Am Championship Series. Casey taking it into outer zone 1. Nice fast line there, keeping it super consistent into outer zone 2. A little decel here to transition into the touch and go. Aiming for that inner clip. Let's see that nice close proximity transition into outer zone 3. One tire down, but that's okay. Casey keeping it super deep, coming out of outer zone 3 into the finish line there. Super nice, solid run. Casey showcasing his abilities. The final 4, round 3, Bristol Motor Speedway, Bristol Thunder Valley. It's our Formula Drift Pro-Am Championship Series. Let's get hyped. Kris Krutul, let's see you throw in that outer zone 1, baby. Going in there, Reese is like, let me have it, baby. Just throw it over here. Let's go into outer zone 2. Give me a little decel zone, a little touch and go. Tippity tap. Oh no, falling short of that inner clip 1. Kris Krutul, that could be burnt. That could be a bad move for him, but Reese just staying on his door. Super aggressive driving. Pretty excited here. Wanting to see the second half. I'm nervous. I'm stuttering over here. Here we go. Reese leading Kris Krutul into outer zone 1. Ripping that e-brake. He hit the inner clip. Did he get outside of outer zone 1? Going into outer zone 2. Nice solid line there into the touch and go. One wheel off for sure. More proximity into inner clip 1. Going into outer zone 3. He's got to stay deep. He's got to stay consistent there, and Kris isn't letting him go. We're definitely going to have to see some replays on that.
Second battle in the final 4. This is going to be the winner of this will go into the finals here.
There it is. Who's going to get to the final battle? Abbott leading Casey Rodriguez. 2 solid drivers here with the East10Drift Pro-Am Championship Series. Abbott throwing way too much angle. Zeros his run. He's shutting it down. He knows he may have just cost him a podium, or at least a P1. That's unfortunate right there. And of course, Casey having to shut it down just because of safety factor there. Abbott being in his line of sight, so he does the right thing there. So let's see what happened going back to the replay here. I mean, Abbott just getting second half of the battle. Casey just needs a solid, clean lead run, and he'll move on into the final bout. Here we go, get to the line here, out of zone 1. He's got it in there for sure. Keeping inside the line, inside out of zone 2. There we go, nice clean transition into the touch and go. Abbott putting on the pressure, trying to make him mess up here. Casey doesn't look like he's having it at all. He wants to put down a solid lead run after replacing that tie rod. It's a no-brainer, folks.
Yeah, I mean, Abbott was definitely fighting there, trying to cause some mistakes.
Who's going to take it? Round 3, Bristol Motor Speedway, East10Drift, Formula Drift, Pro-Am Championship Series. Send it, baby. Here we go into outer zone 1. Little left foot brake by Kris Krutul. Casey definitely applying the pressure. Kris falling short of outer zone 2. That could be critical there. Maybe even short on the touch and go. Decent proximity. Casey a little too aggressive, tapping Kris Krutul into outer zone 3. We're going to have to look at that replay. Kris Krutul possibly for the win. You never know. No announcer's curse here, maybe? Question mark? Here we go, baby. Could this be the last battle? Round 3, going into outer zone 1, left foot brake, pretty solid line. One wheel definitely on the line. Kris shutting it down early. Casey needs to commit. He needs to put down a solid run. Can he get there? Outer zone 3, nice and consistent. Did it seal the deal? Question mark. Did it seal the deal? Now we got to go back. We got to see the replay going into outer zone 1. We got to see what happened with Kris. Did Casey, it's a decel zone there, just going right there is a decel zone. He's committing right there, and he just independently straightens out. Something happened there. He could have thrown a belt. Now, he's been having that issue all day long. Kris Krutul has. And so that could have been. All right, guys, here we go. Round 3, Formula Drift Pro-Am Championship Series. Good driving by you guys today. Lots of unknown factors and weird and crazy things. So third place, getting the third podium, round 3, Mr. Nicholas Abbott. All right. And then the last battle of the day, after recovering from a small collision, and then somebody else recovering from a hood flying up. You didn't know what was going to happen, but it came down to some, very technical criteria. But at the end of the day, this person came out super impressive, from the start of the day in practice. And I think he definitely earned this one. Mr. Casey Rodriguez taking first place, sir. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Good driving. Rounding second and getting the second podium, Mr. Kris Krutul.
Thank you.
Congratulations, sir. It's round 2 here, round 3 here, Bristol Motor Speedway. Catch us tomorrow, 1 p.m. We'll be back with our final round 4 of our Formula Drift Pro-Am Championship Series. Guys, celebratory donuts and pictures.